this measure more understandable.
The gentleman from Illinois is recognized.
Ever since Donald Trump descended the golden escalators at Trump Tower to announce his candidacy by saying Mexican immigrants are rapists, murderers, and drug dealers, the Republican Party has had Mexican fever. And they have been working feverishly to paint immigrants all as criminals. And when something goes bad, they go back to their old favorite. When Trump's Muslim ban was blocked in the courts, out came Attorney General to say they were doing everything they could to do more roundups and that no immigrant was safe in America. Russia investigation not going well for the dear leader at the White House? Hey, let's whip out that Mexican thing, as Vice President Pence said. Maybe it will keep our voters happy and distracted. Healthcare not going well? Let's just hate some Mexicans today. Listen, almost 8 out of 10 Latinos in the United States are citizens. 1 out of 10 are legal permanent resident. That leaves 1 in 10 who are undocumented, but this policy is about going after all of us, whether we're citizens or not of the United States of America. These bills are nothing new, and they are not really about fighting crime. They are about racial profiling and putting Latinos, quote unquote, in their place. Latinos, African Americans, Muslims, women, they know what it's like to be targeted. 99% of the votes for this bill today will come from people who do not have to worry about racial profiling for themselves, for their children, or the people that they represent. But let's be clear, Sheriff Joe Arpaio in Arizona is the poster child for the kinds of policies the Republicans want to impose on every city and county in the country. And we know the result. Arpaio embodies racial profiling and rounding up people because they are brown. Oh, we'll sort out their papers later, he says, whether they are citizens or legal permanent residents or whatever. I've talked to U.S. citizens who were detained by Sheriff Arpaio because they didn't carry with them their birth certificate or a passport at all times in the country in which they were born. Let's be clear. Arpaio has been sued successfully to stop his racial profiling, and he's been charged criminally in federal court for his racial profiling tactics, and still the Republicans in the House want to make the law he's being sued for legal in the United States of America. Sometimes Democrats have to stand up for justice, for what is right when the chips are down. Well, the chips are down, and every immigrant family and every immigrant in America is going to remember who stood up for them when they needed Democrats to fight to keep families together when the chips were down.